Hello, Probert.
Howdy.
Welcome to But It Was Aliens, the extraterrestrial comedy podcast. Comedy
Prod
podcast
you with my podcast.
brought to you by two former Mibs. I'm your host this week, King of the Street Grannies, and the nicest one out of the two of us. Granny Moonwalker. And sitting opposite me, as always, is the grey one, a.k.a. the tall one, a.k.a. the bearded one, a.k.a. the sleepy one, formerly known as Kevin the Grey, and more recently, Papa John. Over the coming months, whilst Kevin is struggling with sleep, I'm going to take full advantage and gaslight the shit out of him, because that's what best friends do. And I am the very bestest of friends.
You're the best around. Ooh, friend. Right on point there with the sleepy as I'm doing a massive yawn as the show kicks off. I'm not even feeling too bad today. I think my body has become accustomed to feeling sleepy, so when I have a better night, still tired.
Maybe you've overslept.
I also feel like, as children, you rebelled against the nickname Granny. You didn't like it, whereas now you're really settling into it and enjoying it.
Yeah, I did hate it as a kid. Really don't give a shit now.
Yeah.
Today, we're going to Dover. Not the famous Dover with the famous white cliffs.
What's that song? There'll be bitches all over the White Cliffs of Dover.
Never heard that in my life.
It's definitely not what it's called. Some sort of bird, I forget.
I know the song White Cliffs of Dover.
Yeah,
it's a great song.
That's what I'm talking about. It's a great song. Doesn't strike me as your cup of tea. There'll be doo-doo over the White Cliffs of Dover.
Okay, we're talking about two different songs there. Anyway, we're talking...
Did I just say there's doo-doo over the White Cliffs of Dover?
We're talking about Dover, Massachusetts.
Ah.
Not too far from Boston.
Boston.
This case is also across 2 days, April 21st and April 22nd, 1977. It's April 21st. The air is warm. It's one of those days where you've been chilling with the boys, having a barbecue, some burgers, sausages, none of this nasty potato salad shit. Look, get that shit away from a barbecue. Potato salad does not deserve to be anywhere near a fucking barbecue. Actually, this is a public service announcement. If I host a barbecue, I'm supplying the food. Just bring yourselves and booze and we'll have a good time. If you bring a nasty, disgusting potato salad to my house, I'm going to throw it in the bin like a free throw, and then I'm going to escort you off the premises.
Kobe. As soon as you said potato salad, I was like, he's about to go on a rant.
Anyway, it's a lovely, warm April Eve. Early barbecue vibes.
Potato salad out.
Get the fucking shit away from me. Chilling with the crew vibes.
You looked at me like that kid looked at Alan in The Hangover again.
If you ever bought a potato salad, best believe you're getting booted out as well. On your ass. The music's on, the people are laughing, dancing, reminiscing. It's a damn good time.
Good time.
This is what was happening when young William Bartlett decided, fuck this, I'm dipping. And we know exactly what would make a young, hot-blooded 17-year-old leave a barbecue with friends.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we do.
His mama!
I can think of one young, hot-blooded 17-year-old we knew who would often dip because of his mama, but we won't go there.
Young Billy left due to being called home by his mother. Or a sweet little cutie pie. Young Bill...
Sweet baby Jesus! I'm sorry.
Young
That
Bill
was good.
dapped up his crew, hopped in his caddy, and drove off.
Be a man, Billy.
Whilst he was driving, eyes clearly fixed on the road, he noticed something strange on top of a broken wall on Farm Street. This strange thing is described as having fingers like tendrils and glowing eyes.
Is it a Pokemon?
Pokemon!
Gotta eat them all. Sorry, I'm just taking this in.
Mm-hmm.
Glowing eyes, Cheshire Cat. You haven't given me a shape, so I'm struggling to picture. I'll be honest, what I've got in my head at the moment is like a baby Slender Man. Glowing eyes, but basically black outline other than that. And because I believe Slender Man in many accounts had like tendril-like fingers, long, viney things. So, yeah, I'm seeing baby Slender at the moment.
As you say that, what I'm picturing is that picture of, is it Rusty Spoon?
No idea. Not ringing a
Where
bell.
there's that really weird creature with long fingers just stroking a spoon.
You're going to have to show me that at some point.
I really am. Do. Salad fingers.
Oh, salad fingers. I've seen salad fingers, yeah.
Yep. Salad fingers. That's what I pictured when you
Salad fingers. So this kid saw salad fingers. Okay.
We also have a picture here of what young Billy Boy did see that fateful evening.
If this is salad fingers. Okay, that's actually salad fingers. We have quite a good rendition, an artistic rendition of basically a human-esque figure. Big round head with a elongated bottom half of the head. Kind of goes in and out again a little bit. Frog-like body and arms and legs with 4 digits. I think it's 4 digits, though the thumb could be obscured. Yeah, it looks a bit like a frog, though. Salad frog fingers. This is like something out of an episode of The X-Files. If I saw that on a wall, I would quite literally shit my pants.
I think it would depend on how big it is.
Like, putting all jokes to one side for a moment, this is one of the freakiest things I've ever seen in my life. What the hell is that? It's dead behind the eyes. Has no soul. It's got no genitals. It's like a Barbie and Ken doll.
Maybe he didn't see them.
Didn't see the genitals.
Yeah. Remember, he's
Make
driving
some up.
along.
Give the creature some dignity. Maybe they're in the fingers. Potato salad fingers.
That same night, that same warm April Eve, the type of evening where you and your crew would spend hours talking shit, kicking a ball around trying to impress that cute piece of ass you want to cuddle up to that's watching you on the sidelines. Kevin, get your hand away from my rump.
I apologise.
Well, we all know what would make a red-blooded 15-year-old boy leave his friends on this kind of night. His mama!
I was going to say, it's going to be the mum again, isn't it? You're leading me down a pathway to slap me in the face at the end. So 2 unrelated people have seen the same thing?
Yes.
At the same time, or
No, different times.
on the same night?
Same night.
That's very interesting, and they don't know each other.
They don't know each other,
All right, I'm in.
that we know of.
All right, I'm 1 foot out.
So you're basically in.
What was the kid called? Bartlett. Something Bartlett.
William Bartlett.
Willie Bartlett.
Willie B.
Okay.
John Baxter had been bellowed home across the town to come in, or the streetlights were about to turn on, which back in the day would signal time to be in.
Yeah.
As he was heading home, he also witnessed something just as strange and freaky.
No.
This time, it was on Miller Hill Road. He saw it, and crapped his pants, maybe.
It's the only thing to do.
And we also have a picture here.
This is a mixture of Slender Man and salad fingers. That is uncanny. So we've got another image. It's basically a silhouette, which is how I described the last one, with a large elongated head, skinny arms and legs, almost like a frog, with extremely long digits once again. And I'm counting 3, but appreciate that might not be accurate. Feet mould to socks. This one's got some annotations.
I think that's rocks.
Okay, feet mould to... Oh, they wrap around like a frog. Hands gripping tree, as seen by John Baxter. Eyes glow faintly. Well, this ain't human, is it? And if it is, this person's got all sorts of diseases going on.
It's dawned on me here looking at this picture as its hands are gripped around a tree.
Yep.
It's very sloth-like behaviour.
It could be... I mean, let's put our science hats on for a moment. It's got very elongated and curvy digits, top and bottom.
Mm-hmm.
What would the purpose of those be? They would have evolved and adapted to the environment this thing lives within. So 2 options I'm thinking of are that they climb trees.
Alien and sloth.
Climb trees like
alien.
a sloth, yeah. Or therefore wrapping around and squeezing their prey.
Ooh.
Predator. Salad predator. Is it friendly? Is what we need to know to push us down one of those 2 options.
That is something we need to know. Also, wonder if there were any zoos nearby where a sloth could escape.
That's pretty tall for a sloth. I mean, in this rendition, it's...
Aren't sloths pretty tall? Like, they can be pretty tall when they...
Yeah, but not like...
Stretch up to... He might be seeing
This
it
thing
as
looks about 6 foot.
it decides to go up the
I've
tree.
never seen a sloth 6 foot tall. Holy shit. I am just going to say, this is completely unrelated to the name of this witness, but I'm completely and entirely in. I feel like this witness is... What's the word? Honourable? I feel like you could really trust them.
Are you saying that this witness is honest and trustworthy?
I could be.
Are you vouching for this witness?
Do you know what? Yes, I am.
You're putting all your eggs in this basket.
My eggs are all in this basket. This witness saw shit. I can feel the honour dripping off that picture.
The following night was another nice, warm April Eve, just like the one before.
Well, it was the day after.
This This was the kind of night you'd be chatting with your friends over the park as you watch a group of boys kick a football around, giving one of them the eye as you sit there giggling and stealing hoodies. We all know what would make a 15-year-old girl leave her group of friends. That's right. Her papa.
Yeah. Ah, beautiful.
Whilst legging it home, trying to get through the door before being grounded by her dad, 15-year-old Abby Brabham claimed to have seen something freaky and strange on Springdale Avenue.
Right, so where was this kid at the time?
Out with friends watching boys play
So-
football.
Didn't know the other 3 witnesses and was not at the same barbecue.
Was not at the same barbecue.
Oh, this is getting a bit crazy now, isn't it? What's going on here? Okay, that looks nothing like what the other 2 saw. 3 saw. What the hell is that?
Why don't you explain what you're witnessing here?
So we've got not an elongated head, kind of a round head on top of a sausage dog. A dachshund, is it? Basically a sausage body with tiny legs. No elongated digits.
Don't know why, but looking at the picture reminds me of the hungry caterpillar. If you look at the writing as part of the picture, just reminds me of the hungry caterpillar.
Green eyes, No, a little lighter than. What?
I think
I don't get these.
A little lighter tan.
So we've got a tanned sausage dog with a round head.
Yeah, tannish colour. I read that as trench coat.
That's wearing a trench coat.
What the fuck?
Oh, well, I suppose the other images were quite consistent. And this one does have a similar head, but maybe this person bombed past it and didn't really take it in fully. Maybe it was laying down.
We don't know what angle they saw it at.
We don't know whether, like you said, this thing, if it's a tree creature, it could have been upright going up a tree, but this person saw it walking towards a tree and it actually walked on all fours.
Mm-hmm. All three of the witnesses gave credible pictures of what they saw, and young Billy went the extra mile by marking the picture with the quote, "I, Bill Bartlett, swear on a stack of Bibles that I saw this creature."
Was this a religious child?
I have no idea.
Because if it wasn't, that statement is utterly meaningless.
Swore on a stack of Bibles. What's wrong with one Bible? Is it not powerful enough?
What would... Doesn't have enough religion.
You need a stack of them. So anytime a priest goes in to an exorcism, the power of Christ compels you. They just get another Bible, like 2 Bibles. This one's not powerful enough. Give me another Bible.
That's all you got, you little bitch.
10 Bibles deep. The power of Christ compels you.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, what were you going to say before I interrupted you with Bible powers?
I had the most ridiculous thought. If you've read the dictionary, isn't every book just a remix after that?
Depends on what dictionary. Urban Dictionary or or the Oxford Dictionary.
I wonder if in like 1,000 years' time, some sort of book that was written in our times will have become...
Like the Bible?
Yeah, a religious artifact.
Who knows?
I'm trying to think of a good example, but all I can think of is Harry Potter, and I don't think that's going to cut it.
The Hungry Caterpillar.
Slightly problematic author aside. The Hungry Caterpillar.
What's
in a time before time.
What's the...
There was a hunger.
Denzel Washington film where he is...
Deja Vu?
Blind.
Fallen?
And it's got Gary Oldman
Book of
in.
Ezekiel?
That's the one. Where they were trying to find the Bible.
And
they were talking about how powerful that book is. So I wonder.
Imagine if they had 10 of them.
I wonder if there's something like that further in the future that happens. That there is an apocalypse and then they are hunting for this book because someone knows how powerful religion is. What would that book be?
The Gruffalo.
Better read it now, so I know what book to find in the future.
I've got it upstairs somewhere. I'll let you know if it's good.
Don't act like you've not already read it.
I haven't. But did you get it for your daughter? No, it's for me. It's how I roll. I'm going to bed with good dreams.
The local news caught wind of the story, but it wasn't made public until another 2 to 3 weeks afterwards. Either the news or an investigator would go on to plot all 3 locations of the sightings on a map, and it would show it as a straight line covering over 2 miles.
This thing can move.
This, or can it?
2 miles?
2 miles in 2 days. Sloth-like speed.
I didn't say it can move fast.
This was investigated by MUFON due to the description of the creature, but nothing more was made of it.
I wasn't even thinking that this could be aliens. I was thinking this is some sort of weird creature we haven't discovered yet. What's the show called again?
Weird creatures and where they were discovered. Now this is the part of the probe where we turn to science and skepticism.
But it was salad.
Science is going to take a back seat here because this case is currently unresolved.
Until we turned up.
Skepticism is ripe though. Ripe as a smell of sweaty feet that have been playing football for hours on end during these April evenings.
Well, that's lovely.
The police believe that this is nothing more than a hoax being played by a bunch of kids. Ben Radford, an investigator and skeptic, believes that this has been influenced by pop culture, as big-headed creatures were the rage around this time.
Were they?
Fellow skeptic Joe Nickel believes that the kids did see something. However, he believes that what they saw was a snowy owl based on the size of the creature, and also thinks that the tendril-like fingers could be the splayed wingtips of the owl.
No, sorry, Joe. I can't go along with that one.
And there is a picture of the
Who's
honourable and trustworthy John Baxter holding up his picture. And you can see at the bottom of that picture, it has the Kevin John seal of approval.
I'm just reading the seal of approval. It's copyrighted. Why is it copyrighted?
You copyrighted it.
So, Honourable John here has got some wild hair. It's kind of like overgrown curtains. He's got a middle parting with long wavy hair. At the front, it's down past his eyes. At the back, it's down past his neck and sort of shoulder height. This guy looks like he wants a good time. That smile, however, reminds me of a certain doctor we haven't seen in a little while. A certain Dr. Leo Sprinkle.
Well, if this is the kid, the son of Dr. Leo, the bastard child.
But he's got that sort of smile where it's not quite massive, but it's knowing. Like the person who's taken this photo is about to get a shock.
Okay, so there is something that was written in his picture that I didn't notice until today. John Baxter is 15 years old.
Right.
Okay. He saw this at 12:15 in the morning.
Out late at a family barbecue?
What is a 15-year-old doing out on their own at 12:15 in the morning?
Well, I'm pretty sure we stayed out a 15-year-old on more than one occasion. Camping, definitely.
He was 16.
No. I might have been. Mate, yeah, and this was the olden times. It's not like today, you wouldn't necessarily get that so much. But back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, even the 90s, people were more relaxed, weren't they?
Mm.
The world doesn't feel as safe as it used to be. Although in reality, it's probably much safer than it used to be. What is the going sort of time for kids to stay out to these days?
Don't know any kids, so I couldn't tell you.
Don't both your sisters have children?
Yeah, but they're not old enough to be out.
Or are they?
Still in primary school.
Or are they?
They're still in primary school.
That's what the Mibs want you to think.
Found out that my niece was being allowed to walk from her house to my granddad's. Bearing in mind it's about
That's a busy road.
It's about a 5-minute walk.
Yeah.
And my niece is nearly 9.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, the fuck do you mean she's allowed to walk from there to here?
My mind went to a similar place. Like, if she was walking the other direction, I'd be more relaxed, but that's a busy road.
But it's not.
Is it?
No. So where my granddad lives,
Yeah.
you don't need to hit that busy
you
part
don't
of
have to
the
cross
road.
it, do you?
No.
So, well, even so.
Yeah. I was like, my sister better be behind her, just making sure she's all right. Bearing in mind, at 7 years old, I was getting 2 buses from one end of fucking where we live to the other end on my own. And I'm complaining about her walking 5 minutes.
Different times, as I say. There's more threats in the world these days.
To summarise, we have 3 teenagers who, one warm April evening, saw something strange and freaky.
I thought there was 4.
It's... No.
3 boys and a girl.
2 boys and a girl.
I made one up.
I was calling him William and Bill just because they're the same name. Who else did you have in your head then?
I think what I've done is you introduced the second boy as being at a barbecue and buggering off, and then you
Only
went
the
on to
first
talk
one.
about it. And I thought that was a new person when you were still talking about the old person.
Okay. 3 teenagers, 1
4.
barbecue.
It's 4, damn it.
It's one of those warm April evenings where later down the line, as you get older, you reminisce about one of those good old days.
Good time.
These three will definitely have something to reminisce about when they get older, as all of them saw a creature at different points of the night and following evening. The creature didn't approach them and they didn't approach it. They only witnessed it and then reported it. The police believe it's fake. It was investigated by MUFON, but nothing further. One skeptic believes it's fake and another believes that they possibly saw an owl instead. But Greyballs, what is it you believe?
They haven't seen an owl. They've seen Froggy Fingerbang, the cryptid.
Froggy Fingerbang.
I've got nothing to add to that statement. I just came out with no thought. I meant to say something about salad fingers, but it came out all wrong.
So, is it real?
I'm not sure that it was aliens, but I do feel like they saw something that wasn't normal. So how is it you're asking me to conclude? There's no sort of craft landing or any interaction to suggest this is extraterrestrial, but that doesn't mean it isn't paranormal.
Is it extraterrestrial?
I'm not saying that it was aliens, but I am saying that they saw something.
It was Froggy Fingerbang.
Froggy Fingerbang. Like some sort of mutant frog. Some sort of
Fingerbangs.
Creature that... They saw Froggy Fingerbang. They're unrelated. How could three different people /4 see the same thing?
There is... I don't believe they saw anything whatsoever.
Don't shit on my parade.
There is nothing to indicate that these children don't know each other.
But is there anything to indicate that they do know each other?
There is nothing to indicate that they do.
Then you're of a skeptic mind. Do you
the only info that I had is that these three children saw it. There was nothing to say other than two of them walking home and one driving home. There was nothing else to say what they were doing. So there was three people potentially just going in a direction and saw this random thing. But the fact that nobody else saw this...
Other than three children.
Like, there was no one else with them. No one else at any point in time saw this. It was just these three. And apart from the third picture, they're pretty much identical pictures.
Well, as I said, with the third picture, if that stood up, it might be very similar. It's just that it's on the floor, so it looks like a sausage dog.
I think she just saw a sausage dog if she saw anything.
Froggy Fingerbang, I'll have you know.
So, for me, this one is a hoax. I don't believe it's real unless I get visited at some point by Froggy Fingerbang. Then I will retract my statement and
he only appears
say that
at
Kev is right. Thank you for joining us for this week's probe. I'm the king of the street grannies and he's tired. You can find us across all socials at But It Was Aliens. That's Insta, Facebook, and Twitter. On Facebook, there is a hidden location which we're now going to disclose. You can find a page called Extraterrestrial Towers.
Extraterrestrial Towers.
You will find like-minded souls and mummy memes. Don't tell anyone, but tell everyone.
And keep the secret by telling everyone to keep the secret.
Across on Patreon / But It Was Aliens, you can find side probes where we probe things outside of the extraterrestrial, like ghost dogs, ghost boats, ghost pirates, ghosts that listen to Princess Peg, and Rasputin's dick.
Ghost.
Remember, the truth is up there. Tag.
Froggy Fingerbang.
Ribbit.